Alright, this is Gav with IGN, and I'm going to break down the latest trailer for Star Wars The Last Jedi, where things, as Luke says himself later on, might not go the way we think. We kick off with a pensive-looking Kylo Ren and the new AT-M6 guerrilla walkers, while we hear the voice of Supreme Leader Snoke talking about finding someone with raw, untamed power. Soon after, we see a shot of Kylo Ren picking up what looks like a shiny new double-hilted lightsaber, while Snoke's elite Praetorian guards watch on in the background. However, it's still unclear whether Snoke's voiceover is referring to Kylo Ren or Rey, and this theme runs throughout a lot of this trailer. When we left Rey at the end of The Force Awakens, she tracked down Luke Skywalker on the planet Ahch-To, where he'd been hiding out since Kylo Ren destroyed his Jedi Temple, which is something we see in this trailer that connects back to the vision Rey has in The Force Awakens after she discovers Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber. Here in this trailer, Luke gets his hand back on that lightsaber for the first time since he lost it in The Empire Strikes Back. We then get a look at what seems like Luke training Rey on Ahch-To, which could involve this visit to a lovely old tree. We saw the inside of a tree in the official teaser trailer, which could be the remains of one of the Force-sensitive bits of tree we saw in the comic Shattered Empire. There, Luke and Shara Bay, that's Poe Dameron's mother, rescue what remained of the tree that grew at the heart of the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. In the trailer, we hear Rey say something inside of her is awake, and that she needs help with it as we see shots of her training alongside Luke, who looks genuinely shocked by her power. Luke echoes Snoke from early in the trailer here, referring to Rey's abilities as raw strength, and if we have a look in the background there, we see what could be the same Jedi sigil we got a glimpse of in the teaser, which seems to be reminiscent of the poster that was revealed early in the year, and features the same theme of this trailer, the connection between Luke, Kylo Ren, Rey, and the Force. Luke says he's only seen this kind of power once before, and that it didn't scare him enough then. This could be tricksy trailer editing, but we see Luke's hand reaching from the burning wreckage of his destroyed Jedi Temple, suggesting he's referring to Kylo Ren, who, destroyed the temple. Luke seems to show some reluctance to continue training Rey, which could lead to the familiar Star Wars theme of rifts between Master and Padawan. But this line could also be referring to The Empire Strikes Back, where Luke tells Yoda he's not afraid of Darth Vader and the dark side.
You will be.
Later we see Kylo Ren, who looks to be newly stitched up after his fight with Rey, chasing down resistance ships in his lovely new TIE silencer. We hear him say, "Let the past die, kill it if you have to," harking back to the events of The Force Awakens. If this sequence is to be believed, Kylo now has his weapons trained on his mother, Leia, who's currently aboard the Resistance heavy cruiser, the Raddus. If that name seems familiar, it's because it could be named after Admiral Raddus, who we last saw commanding the vessel we see Darth Vader kicking off aboard at the end of Rogue One. We get our first look at the Millennium Falcon tooling about what we think is the planet Crate, a new planet we're seeing for the first time in The Last Jedi. We got a quick look at Kylo Ren early in the trailer on the planet, and director Rian Johnson said that it was once home to a Rebel Alliance outpost and will play a key role in The Last Jedi. We last saw the Falcon at the end of The Force Awakens on Ahch-To, being left by Rey in the hands of Chewie and R2-D2. Hopefully they got to say hello to their old friend Luke before shooting off, and it's interesting that we don't see who is piloting the Falcon alongside Chewie in the trailer. Presumably not this pork. I mean, look at his arms. Poe seems to be bang in the middle of the Resistance's continuing plan to bring down the First Order, but the curious thing in this part of the trailer is we get to see Finn wearing a First Order military uniform. An action figure showing Finn in this getup refers to his suit as a disguise, suggesting our man is on another undercover mission for the Resistance. Is it a good idea to send the one guy who could definitely be recognized by the First Order's captain on an undercover mission? Doesn't seem like it, because we see Finn up against his old boss Captain Phasma later on, though we do see destroyed AT-STs and AT-ATs in the background, so actually maybe Finn's mission went well after all. One of the new ships we see in this trailer is Supreme Leader Snoke's flagship ship, the Supremacy. It's a mega-class destroyer 60,000 meters in length. That's more than 3 times the size of Darth Vader's Executor. It's big, is what we're saying, and from the shot we see here, it doesn't look like Snoke will be on the fringes of battle this time around. We're introduced to a brand new ice fox creature thing running into what looks like a base on Crate. We don't know what these things are yet, but hopefully we'll get to see one eat a porg at some point. We see Leia standing in front of the same base, seemingly awaiting the attack on the outpost we see in full flow later in the trailer. As the trailer builds, we get an encounter between a soaking wet Rey and Luke. Earlier, while similarly soaked, Luke says this is not going to go the way you think. His tone feeds into this idea that he's really afraid to train Rey. Snoke's words fulfill your destiny echoes. We get our very first look at his non-hologram self, who appears to now have Rey in a painful force grip. We hear this exact line said to Luke Skywalker by Emperor Palpatine in The Return of the Jedi. In the final moment of the trailer, we hear Rey say she needs someone to show her place in all this. If the editing of the trailer is to be believed, she's saying this to Kylo Ren, who reaches his hand out for hers. Has Luke's reluctance to train Rey forced her to look elsewhere to the dark side in order to reach her full potential, to become what she's meant to be, as Kylo says earlier in the trailer? Or are we seeing the unification of the dark side and the light side for the first time here? Hopefully we'll find out the answers to these and more when the film comes out in December. For now, let us know if you missed anything huge in the comments below. And you can watch the full Star Wars Episode 8 trailer without me banging on over the top of it now, or check out these awesome props and costumes from The Last Jedi that we saw at New York Comic Con.